Well, the sun's been following me around all day, cracking weather. It's a lovely, brisk winter's day. We're at the Trafford Centre in Manchester. This is a Tesla supercharger, open to all, and it is one that I regularly report is one of the busiest in the country. It's also almost one of the dearest in the country. Portsmouth has just overtaken that one. But we're going to have a look at what's involved when you do find a supercharger, or any charger for that matter, which is really busy. What is the queuing etiquette? Why are people queuing? Is there anything we can do about it? We're at the Trafford Centre. It's a massive big retail park on the outskirts of Manchester. It's one of the biggest we have in the northwest, probably the biggest. Huge car park. Massive number of cars here. It is pretty much full as far as we can see. You're lucky to even get a parking space here, let alone a charging space. Now here we have V3 chargers. These are 250 kilowatt chargers, and luckily for such a busy location, they don't share. So each of these will be pulling 250 kilowatt maximum if that's what the car can actually take. So there'll be no throttling here. Because it's an open to all charger, we have an issue with how you charge if you're not a Tesla. Now, all Teslas, for example, they will always have the charging port in exactly the same location. That includes the new Cybertruck, everything. The charger port is always in the same place, which is the rear passenger side quarter. So all Tesla superchargers, almost all, you actually reverse into them, and you'll find the charger itself, the dispenser, is in the rear left, and the cable is a really short cable designed specifically for that. So if you don't have your charging port in the rear left, which some cars don't, it gives you an issue. Now this one here, for example, DPD, this is a van, commercial vehicle, and this one has the charger port either at the front or the front right. And that's fine, because this one, instead of reversing in, they drive in forward, and that cable, very short cable, that will reach. That's really not a problem. So anyone who's got a charger port at the front or the front right, they're absolutely fine at a Tesla supercharger. It's when you don't that you have a problem. And here we have the classic example. This is a Lexus, and the charger port on this one is front left. Now, this is not the driver's fault, and this was well known before Tesla opened up. We knew this was going to happen. But when your charger port is at the front left, there is no way you can pull into that charger and use it. It doesn't work. If you pull in forward like this one has, your charger port is on the left-hand side, and the charger for that, the dispenser, is on the right-hand side. The cable will not reach. So that car cannot charge at that charger. What it can do though, is it can plug into this charger. So that charger now is not being used. That one is being used. Now we've got a Mach-E Mustang, and we'll have a look at the charger on this one. And again, we've got exactly the same issue. This one has a charger port at the front left, and therefore this one is also using that charger. So we have 3 chargers here, and we have 2 cars charging, and they're taking up the 3 chargers. And that's one of the issues that we have. It's a very busy location like this, where it's almost always full at the lunchtime. We've got 1 charger has been totally blocked off, cannot be used. So the 18 chargers here is automatically down to 17. We've lost the charger. And it's not the fault of the cars. It's the fact, simple fact, all Tesla chargers have a very short cable. V4s have increased the length, and all Tesla cars have a charger port on the rear left. Other manufacturers dot them all over the place, so that's giving an issue. But on a busy location like this is a big problem. Now, because most of the Teslas here, they will be probably basic models. I see also some Model S's like mine, and these will all be maxed out at about 150, 175 kilowatts. So these chargers will be working flat out and giving them everything they need. The other Teslas, these will be the Model 3 long range, Model Y long range and performance cars. They are able to charge up to 250 kilowatts. And again, these will be able to provide the power for them. So this is a fabulous location. It is very, very popular. I very recently launched a video which told you how to avoid charging queues. And we have here a charging queue. And the first thing I said was, if you look at the Tesla app, which you need to operate these because they don't have screens, if you look at the Tesla app, on the app, there is a little shaded grey bars which shows you when this place is really busy, when it's really quiet. And between about 10 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this place is heaving. It's full. All the time, it's full. So my first question is, why would anyone come here between 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock and charge? No, problem number one, they put the price up. They try and discourage people from charging here. Plus, of course, it's dearer for them to buy electricity at peak time. So the electricity is dearer now than it was 10 o'clock this morning, or it will be at 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. So surely some of these cars don't have to be here at this time, I'm thinking. So they're all paying peak rates, so they're paying far more than they need to. But also you have this. We're going to have a wander down because we've got a queue developing, and we're going to see, people often say, what happens when you queue? What's the answer? Okay, so we've come to the end of the queue. We've got a short queue here. There is no simple answer to what you do when these chargers are busy and you do have to queue. For most occasions, you will find there are parking spaces nearby, and you keep a note of who's ahead of you and you pull into a parking space, and it is quite gentlemanly from what we've seen. There are other places like this where there just aren't enough parking spaces, and so there's no alternative other than to charge here. I'm being very wary here of cars. They're dotted all over the place. This is so busy. So here, there's a simple queuing system. You join the end of the queue and you come on down. It's a fabulous charger location, and one of the reasons I like Tesla superchargers open to all is that you do find a variety of different cars. Normally Tesla superchargers, if they are open to all, if they are Tesla dedicated, then all you see is Teslas. But these now, because they're open to all, we'll see a wide variety of cars here. As it happens, most of them today are Teslas. Tesla. We got a Polestar, we've got a Volvo, we've got a Lexus, and we've got a Mach-E, and that's it. Everything else is a Tesla. So quite amazing, when it's open to all, it's still mainly used by Teslas. So what you have to do is just use a little bit of common sense when you do encounter queues. So, for example, if there is a nice parking space, Rugby's a classic example, so is Exeter, masses of parking because the chargers are right at the other end of the car park, and so there's always somewhere to park and just sit and watch and wait your time. Here, there's a bit of a queue. It's only 2 cars though, it's not long, and even while we've been here, we've seen cars coming and going, so the turnover is really quite fast here. You can hear all the air conditioning starting to go here. It's a massive operation here. And it's just quite fascinating to work out how much power is going through at the moment, because there's 18 chargers, each pulling up to 250 kilowatts. It's an awful lot of electricity going through this site, which is exactly what it's meant for. If you don't like queuing, please don't come to a very busy supercharger like this when it's advertised as absolutely heaving, and on the app it says a 5-minute wait. And it is. We're seeing cars coming and going on a regular basis. So 5 minutes is quite accurate. And 5 minutes is not a long time to wait. However, if you don't like waiting, please don't come here at lunchtime. It's always going to be busy. We got the added problem was one charger's blocked off, can't be used, and that's nobody's fault, it's just the circumstances it's in. So the first answer is how to avoid queues is don't come at the busy time. It's really simple. Right, what else does it say to us? Well, what it says is really simple, and that is, this is the future. We were recently at the retail park in Bolton. It's not as big as this one, but the car park there was really huge. And they had a total of 5 chargers there. 3 of them were fast chargers, and 2 of them were the rapid chargers, and they were a ridiculous price, 59p for the fast chargers and 79p for the rapid chargers. But that was a full retail park, wasn't being used. All of those bays were empty apart from one. Here we got the opposite situation. This is the future. When we look around the car park, half the car, well, not half the car, slight exaggeration, but an awful lot of cars are actually electric vehicles here, and they're not charging. They're just parking. They're in the retail park. So these are the answer for the future. And again, you can see right behind me, these are changing places fairly rapidly. There's no long wait. No car here is here for an hour. It is quite a rapid turnover. We've still got a 2-car queue. We've seen 3 cars leave. So this is a busy one. But in a retail park of this size, in a car park of this size, 18 charges here working flat out is nowhere near enough. And it's strange that there are no other EV chargers on this location. Someone's missing out, because Tesla is getting all the business for the whole of the retail park. It's a fabulous location for them, but why is nobody else here? There should be choice. Now, a lot of people would still choose to come here because this is open to all, it will be cheaper. But there should be choice. So if someone is in a desperate hurry and needs to charge, they should be able to go somewhere and find a free charger. 18 here, clearly not enough. We've still got 2 cars in a queue. So this is a lovely example, by the way. We've been here about 15-20 minutes now, and when we arrived there were 2 cars in the queue. Every time a car leaves, one pulls in, another one pulls up behind. It's very orderly, very a good bit of etiquette here. There's no anger, there's no frustration or anything. It's just, this is a busy time, so we're here. So, in conclusion, we've still got 2 cars queuing. This is amazing for all the time we've been here. Every time someone pulls out, one pulls in, and another one joins the queue. It's so orderly, it's amazing. But what it shows here is there's actually demand for a huge amount more. Now, this will be an ideal site for going up to the V4 chargers. The V4 chargers, which everybody knows, they got the much longer cable. What that would do here would be to free up at least 1 bay. That's 1 out of 18. It's quite a high percentage of the actual site which is blocked off at the moment, and I'm sure at other times there'll be more than 1 blocked off, possibly 2 or 3. So the first thing they could do here would be to upgrade this one to the V4s. I'm sure that's on the plan. If they can, I would suggest here that there's plenty of scope for another one of a similar size, and with the latest announcement they've made, they would not only have the V4 chargers, they would now have the V4 cabinets starting 2025, just about a month or so away. And that would give 500 kilowatts of charging power. And that's up to 1,000 volts. So you could get all your Hyundais, your Kias, your Porsche Taycans, your Lotuses, Lotusi, yeah, more than one Lotus. You could have them all here with the V4 chargers, the V4 cabinets. Fabulous location. Come on, Tesla, have a look at this. You must be aware of this. You do monitor all your locations. You know this one's busy. Come up with an answer, please. So for now, that's it. I'm going to get in. It's really cold. The sun's gorgeous, but it's really cold out. So I think it's about lunchtime. If not lunchtime, it's definitely coffee and donut time. So for now, that's the whole lot. So Trafford Centre, very busy location. I don't come here ever at peak time other than to film other people who do. So take one lesson away from this video. Don't come here when it's busy. Thanks for watching. I'm Dave.